Are you looking to purchase a home in 2024? Well, this is the video for you. I'm Trevor Higgins. Welcome to the Trev Mortgage channel for all your needs in real estate investing, and mortgages. Today, we're going to dive into the world of how you qualify for buying a home in 2024. We're going to go through the nitty gritty and dive in. So if you're looking to buy your dream home, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. First things first, we've got to understand your homeownership goals. If you're looking to purchase a home, you have to know what you want. Do you want a cozy home, maybe an apartment? Maybe you're looking to purchase your first investment property. Understanding your goals and what you're looking for is the first step in the homeownership process. Okay, so let's dive into the nitty gritty. One of the first things we're going to check in the process to purchase a home is your credit score, and it matters. So in the home ownership process, we pull what's called a tri-merge credit report. And what that means is we pull your credit score from all three major credit bureaus. That's TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax. We're going to pull that, and we're going to actually use, for most mortgages, the score that falls in the middle. We're not going to use the highest. We're not going to use the lowest. We're going to actually use the score that falls in the middle. And that's what we're going to use to qualify you, to determine your interest rate, and for anything else that's needed in the home buying process. So making sure you have the best credit score possible at the time of applying is extremely important. But please note that having perfect credit doesn't mean you can't buy a home. So if you have a credit score, maybe it's 620, 600, shoot, maybe it's in the 500s. There's still pathways to purchase a home, and you can make it happen. If you have questions about your credit, how to improve it, or maybe you just wonder, hey, I don't even know what my credit looks like. Is home buying an actual possibility for me? Give me a call. Let's talk about it and see how we can make home ownership possible. One more thing about credit score is a lot of times we get clients that think they have X credit score because their credit card shows their credit score, or maybe a loan, or a credit monitoring software like Credit Karma. And the reality is there are a lot of different credit scoring models out there. It's why you can go apply for a car and see one score, your credit card shows one score, and your mortgage score is completely different. It's all different scoring models. So understanding your mortgage score is extremely important when you're purchasing a home. And in my experience, one of the best tools that you can use to understand your mortgage score is at myfico.com. So the government, or CFPB, loves annualcreditreport.com. You can pull a credit report there every year for yourself for free. MyFICO is not free, but they actually give you a credit score that is very close to what we pull in the mortgage world, called your mortgage credit score. So the next part of the equation in purchasing a home, especially your dream home, is understanding what you qualify for. And that's going to be based on your financial health. One of the biggest factors that we look at in the mortgage world is your debt to income ratio, which is just comparing how much you make and how much you have going out. In terms of debt to income ratio, although we can go over what you qualify for, or the maximum amount that you can qualify for, a lot of times what I like to focus on as a loan officer is what's comfortable for your budget. The reality is everyone's budget looks a little bit different, and ultimately you have to make the payment. I don't. So I want to make sure it's 100% comfortable for you, because pay you stay, don't you won't. Okay, so let's break down the numbers. So for a $500,000 house here in Charlotte, North Carolina, your payment is going to average about $3,700 a month. Now, this can change, obviously, depending on what the taxes look like, your insurance policy, the exact area, and the loan program that you have. But a ballpark idea is about $3,700 a month. And in most loans, we want to keep that housing ratio, along with your cumulative debt, around 45% of your total budget. Specifically, if we're looking at the housing payment, we want to keep that around 40 to 42%, no more than that, to make sure you're not overextending yourself. Now, there are certain loan programs and situations to where we can go a little above that. Let's say you're self-employed, you take a lot of deductions, we know you bring home a little bit more than you show on taxes. Yes, there's different scenarios for every situation. But in general, we want to make that housing payment 40% of your budget or less. Okay, so the next step in purchasing your dream home, and let's talk about the elephant in the room, down payment. Let me start by killing the myth that you need 20% down to purchase a home. The reality is, if you're waiting to save 20% to purchase your first home, the price increase or standard appreciation, which in most markets is between 4 to 6% per year, is going to outpace the rate that you can save, and you're going to lose out money. You don't need 20% to put down. Now, if you have it, that's great. But we have FHA loans that you can do 3.5% down. Conventional loans can go as low as 3% down. And there are even state and local programs, depending on your state, that may actually help you with the down payment and closing costs. The cool part about that most people don't know is some of those programs, you actually don't have to be a first-time home buyer. A lot of them you do, but there are some available that you don't have to be a first-time home buyer. Now, you do have to occupy the property for most of those. It's got to be a primary residence or a property that you're going to move into, but there are some great programs available depending on your state and local programs. If you have any questions about the programs that are eligible or available in your area, feel free to reach out. We're actually licensed in all 50 states here in the United States. So one of the first tangible steps outside of research and understanding your finances and your budget, one of the first tangible steps that you need to take, typically before you talk to a real estate agent, is getting pre-approved. This is the process to going through an application and providing documents to a lender to understand what you qualify for, and actually getting what we call a pre-approval letter, which is the letter that you would submit with your offer on a property saying, hey, guess what? You've got the golden ticket. Willy Wonka says you're approved and you can get a loan. When I do that in Charlotte, it's awesome and it's a fun day, especially for my first-time home buyers, because it's a process like any other. And that's why we're explaining it here in this video. So you've got your golden ticket, you're pre-approved, you're excited, you're ready to go home shopping. One of the most important steps outside of getting pre-approved and ensuring that you stay within a comfortable budget and setting those limits for yourself is having a reliable real estate agent. The reality is there's tons of real estate agents out there, but not all of them are going to be as good as the rest. What I mean by that is it takes an expert in the market to understand the community, to understand your needs, and not just focus on a commission check or a sale. And a lot of times asking a lender, trusted partner that works with many, many, many real estate agents, if they have a reliable referral source, is a great great idea if you don't have a real estate agent already. But I caution you, one of the biggest mistakes I see buyers make when they're purchasing, especially their first home, is trusting my cousin Vinny or my sister's brother, whatever it is, some kind of family member, some kind of friend that's a part-time real estate agent. They don't do a lot of sales. They're not involved in it day to day, and they can cost you money. The reality is, what's most important, this is the largest financial transaction that most people make in their lives. And trusting that with somebody that is part-time or maybe not as experienced and knowledgeable is not a good idea. You want to make sure you have a knowledgeable real estate agent that's going to negotiate for you, that's going to go to battle for you, and make sure you get the best deal in terms in buying your dream home. So there you have it, folks. That is the basic framework into which to figure out what you qualify for in 2024 in buying your dream home. If you've really enjoyed this content, if you've learned something today, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button below. And if you have any questions on what you can qualify for, the mortgage process, when is the right time to buy, give me a call, reach out. I'd be happy to help you. Again, we're licensed in all 50 states, so we can help you no matter if you're on the West Coast, the East Coast, South, or North. We're here to help you with all your home buying needs.